Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and this is video number 1 with my new setup. I got most of my books up on a shelf and I think I can say most even though I might be lying, but I will put a couple of time lapses together and that video will be coming up in the next 2 weeks so that you can see the books that are still on my floor, which involves all of my nonfiction and a fair number of other books. So watch out for that. But the point of this video is, and very informal clearly, is the winter book tag. This tag was created by Jack Eats Life and I will link that video down below. I just sort of searched winter book tags because I needed a quick one to do tonight, Tuesday, and it's winter, so it sounded like fun to do. I just got home from work, which is why the lighting is rather yellowish, but I live in Minnesota. It gets dark at 4:30, which doesn't bother me, but it's a little bit irritating when you're gone every other weekend. Anyway, enough of my ranting. Let's get into the actual tag. The first question is, what book is so happy and sweet that it warms your heart? I don't know. I think for the sake of like a fluffy book, I'm gonna have to go with Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, which is right there. It is there on the floor. I see it. I'm just not gonna go get it. But Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon because it is a contemporary and it's light and fluffy and it makes me happy. Number 2, what is your favorite book with a white cover? This is an excellent question because as I look around, I don't know the answer to this. So if we're going with a white cover, I mean, does it have to be purely white? Because if it doesn't have to be purely white, then definitely The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington or Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. Those were phenomenal books, and I think that's about all I have for white covers that I've read. 3, you are sitting in a nice comfy chair wearing a onesie with a lovely warm hot chocolate, but what monster read are you reading? Ooh, this is also an excellent question. I did not prepare for this tag beforehand, by the way. I think I'm going to go with Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas because it is a book that I have had on my list for years, as in since high school, which has been about 7 years now, and it's not a short book, it's not a small book by any means, but I just need to sit down and read it because I've read The Count of Monte Cristo and it was fantastic, so I don't know why I've not read his other books, but that would probably be the monster that I would read. Number 4, it started snowing, so you decided to have a snowball fight. What fictional character would you love to have a snowball fight with? Oh, I don't like character questions, people. There's too many characters I want to talk to, or just, you know, that whole don't meet your heroes thing? Kinda like that. Let's see. Ooh, Thurin and Her Family from Cry of the Ice Mark by Stuart Hill. Any of them from that family, because snowball fights with them would be epic. They would have military strategy and they would build forts, and then if you have the giant snow leopards with you, it would just be so much fun because you would end up covered in snow, just a flick of their paw. It'd be great. Number 5, sadly, your fire is beginning to go out. So what book would you tear the last few chapters out to throw into the fire? Why would I do that? I'm not about to desecrate a book. To be honest, there's probably only one book that I would do that with, and maybe 2 books that I would do that with. One would be my property law book, because I just didn't enjoy that class all that much. Or the one with the cat, it's yellow and it has a cat and it's by Samantha Irby. I would gladly sacrifice that whole book. I did not enjoy that. And the last question, number 6, what book is so close to your heart that you would gift to someone that's this Christmas who hasn't read it before but wants to get into reading? I think my answer for this almost has to be Cry of the Ice Mark, which I realize I've already used, but that series is just so good to me. I love it so much. Otherwise, if I have to choose a different book, as I've said before, anything by Mercedes Lackey is phenomenal. Kristen Britton's series, starting with The Call of the Green Rider, or The Green Rider, Call of the Rider, Rider's Call. I really should know that first book, but I don't because the first 5 are back in Colorado. But at any rate, Kristen Britton's book, those are also really good. or Graceling by Kristen Cashore. I think that's a good YA fantasy that starts out a little bit weak, to be honest, just in terms of writing, and then really gets stronger as the author develops, since Graceling was her debut novel. However, I simply adore Graceling and the entire series anyway. That's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think of my new setup. At some point I will be getting a cheap bookshelf just so that I can get these books that are in front of me off of the floor, which you can't see, but you will see when I put up the video about me putting all of this nonsense back. Anyway, again, hope you enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!